Hey, good evening. Happy Monday. Hope you all had a great Monday, kicking off your new week. I am hopping on for the first time on LinkedIn. For some of you have never seen me live before, if you don't follow my other social media platforms that I'm typically a lot more active on, Instagram, Facebook, somewhat on YouTube, getting there on YouTube. But LinkedIn, this is a whole new thing for us. So, hello, and let me introduce myself. My name is Lawana Wilson. I am a value development coach working with rising high school seniors and college freshmen. I do coach adults as well, but my passion and my niche are the young people. And I also do quite a bit within the singles community, if you want to call it that. Our singles community that I have been a part of and that I have grown and developed over the last several years has, I would say, evolved, let's say that, into Lifestyles Virtual Singles Conferences. And that's something that happened during the pandemic that really came out of a crisis, as the pandemic was. However, a crisis amongst singles, whereby we were here at home, like some of you were. However, those of you who were married and with family were home with your families, and we were here at home alone. Unless we have a roommate, we were here alone, and we were trying to figure out what does this mean for our single lives as a result of being here in the house in the middle of a pandemic, unable to socialize and get out and about and meet and build community like we normally do as singles. Not saying that families don't do that or married people don't do that. However, that's primary for us as single people. And so out of that came this concept of the Lifestyles Virtual Singles Conference that would allow us to still connect, to still and encourage one another, to still be seen and be heard, et cetera, and to still, on some level, see people and determine if some people you want to actually date and actually create a romantic relationship with, and so on and so forth, et cetera, right? Okay. So that is what really came. This is where the Lifestyles Virtual Singles Conference really came into play in 2021. And we've been going strong for, this will be the fourth year coming up this weekend, February 3rd. It is a joy of mine. I cannot say that I don't dislike this at all. I enjoy encouraging my singles. I enjoy the feedback that I get from singles about what they're getting from this platform. It's an annual conference, and I bring on typically some mixture of therapists, coaches, notable speakers in the single space that can really speak to our differences and our issues and um our set of uh concerns that we have as singles. And so with that, we created this platform, Lifestyles Virtual Singles Conference. Annually, we have this virtual conference that singles from literally around the world, I don't say that lightly, and I'm not trying to brag, but literally around the world, we've had singles tune in and join us online from as far as Australia, Nigeria, Germany. Every year, we have a new international audience along with those of us who are stateside. So it is really, growing and turning into its own entity. And it's really an opportunity for us to connect as singles and really talk about what matters most to us. This year's topic for Saturday, February 3rd, that you do not want to miss if you are single, is the state of singleness. We will be discussing the state of singleness. Very similar in concept to how we have the State of the Union address. We're going to have the state of singleness address. And we're going to talk about some areas in our single lives that, for whatever reasons, we're going to try to work through some of those or get some good information to help us work through some of those on Saturday. whatever reasons, some areas that are blocking our thriving single lives, where there are those of us who are feeling like, I'm hating this, I don't want to do this anymore. Those of us who feel like, the as we say in the singles community, the pool has pee in it. Some of us some of us who say it's ghetto out here in the singlehood. Okay, so there are a lot of different viewpoints and perspectives on singleness that many of us have. However, some of those views are keeping us from really thriving, really enjoying, really growing in our single status. I'm not here to tell anyone that they have to stay single longer than what they want to be single. I'm just saying that if you're going to be single, you might as well thrive. You might as well enjoy yourself. You might as well maximize and capitalize on this time, because there are things that you are not going to find as easy to do in a marriage when it comes to your personal development as a single person. You're not going to have the freedom, and sometimes not at all the freedom. Sometimes you have the freedom, but it's just going to be very limited, very hard to get to it. But in this case, with as singles, we really do have the freedom and the open space to do as we need to do, to evolve and grow into the best version of ourselves without some of the other obligations that being in a relationship or in a marriage um, bring to the table. So this Lifestyles Virtual Singles Conference 2024, happening this Saturday, February 3rd. The state of singleness is our topic, and I don't want you to miss this lineup of therapists and coaches that we have to talk to you, single person, about thriving, about healing, about becoming your best self. And for those who really are looking for this, for preparation for that serious relationship and or slash marriage that you are wanting to be in. It's happening February 3rd, this Saturday, right here virtually. So you can do this from the comfort of your own home. I always encourage every year that you make this a party. Grab some friends, make some brunch, make some lunch, order takeout, whatever y'all gonna do, and get in front of your computer and watch us on YouTube. You can catch us on my Facebook page, Lawana R. Wilson, here on LinkedIn. I think there are some time limit capacities, or time limit restraints, I should say, as far as the capacity or length of time we can be on LinkedIn. So if in fact that's the case, and I'll double check that, then you'll have to start with us here and then head on over to our YouTube page, or just come on over to YouTube, Lifestyles Virtual Singles Conference YouTube channel, and catch the entire conference. You'll be able to submit your questions, your comments in the chat, and we're going to be discussing what matters most to us singles. We're going to take a look at the state of singleness and what does it mean for those of us who really do desire to thrive in our singleness, and those of us who really do desire to be in healthy, growing relationships that can turn into marriage. All right. So don't miss it. As I said, tell a single friend if you're not single, and get online with us this Saturday, February 3rd, 12 noon Eastern Time, for the Lifestyles Virtual Singles Conference. Thanks so much for listening. This is the countdown. I'm probably going to pop on here every day or every other day this week just to get our excitement up and get ready for the conference. All right. All right. Y'all be good. Have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you at the conference.